There is the bell, and we are all set and good to go. What is going on, guys? It is Santa Rally Eve. Yes, it is. I hope we're all having a great morning so far. SPY has been moving higher here at open initially, but my gosh, in pre-market, SPY started selling off as GDP data was released. GDP grew to 4.3%, which is pretty good. It expanded at the fastest pace in 2 years. It says resilient consumer spending, business spending, and calmer trade policies. I mean, hey, this sounds pretty awesome. We'll take it. SPY dropped either way, but at open here, we are getting that comeback. Looks like SPY is making a very good recovery. Love to see it moving up. There we go, 685.20. A very, very nice jump. Got the daughter with me today. Hope everyone's having a good morning, though. Wow, that is a good jump there by the SPY. Sounds good, Timothy. Thank you. Thank you for that. Didn't realize today. All right. Oscar, let's go. Almighty J, 3 Cheese, Jason, Steven, Sharpie. Thank you for joining up. It's going to be one hell of a morning here. SPY's already testing the high from this morning. That was a quick recovery there today. We'll take that. What's up, Steve? Hope you're having a good one. All right, SPY coming back to 685. Pretty good move here by SPY, though. We'll take that, especially considering how much it was down this morning. Tesla's looking pretty good. It popped up, but man, came right back down. Not as good as NVIDIA, though. Really hot. AMD getting some really good action this morning, too. Like to see it up above 215. Watch those chip stocks today. They seem a little bit hotter than the rest of the market. MU making a new all-time high. MU continuing the nice movement that it's been having over the past 3 to 4 trading days or so. Maybe we'll keep seeing SPY pop up here into the Santa rally. Definitely looked like consolidation early on this morning, but good comeback here. Gotta love the buyers stepping in. It's a great sign. Again, the GDP came in at 4.3%. Durable goods orders. SPY on the 1 minute up right around break even on the day now, 0.02%. How'd you get out of there? Technically, Santa Rally starts tomorrow. It definitely does, Jake. It does. We talked about that on last night's video. 4.3% GDP compared to what was the previous? Let's go see. I don't know what the previous was. Previous was 3.8%. I know it beat the consensus and forecast, though, by a lot. Looking at Bank of America here, some of the banks, JP Morgan. JP Morgan had a great day yesterday. That's why I thought we could eye them up here again this morning. Looking at the watch list, leading the way, CRML, so Critical Metals, I believe. Critical Metals Corp, 5.7%. BAT just under there. Kind of strange how fat looks. What's going on with this one? DJT starting to bid up. I know that one was a hot one the other day as there was some technology news announced. Daniel says AMD, hot stock. 215 plus here this morning. Great move. Nvidia also looking really, really good. AMZN 230 plus. Oh yeah, 231.25. Wow, that is a big move by Amazon, 1.1%. Sheesh. That's a good one for Mag 7 for sure. Look at Nvidia there, popping 184.50. Getting a nice breakout starting to come through. Extreme Greed and Pulse Tracker on Discord. Link in the description. I like it. Thank you, Oscar. I'll even throw a link in the chat. Mag 7 looks great, though. I love the way NVIDIA is running. The worst one here today is Tesla. Down 0.4%, but everything else coming back well. SPY's up in the green again. Kind of surprised to say that after that drop this morning. How's everybody doing today, though? Everybody excited for the Santa rally starting? Technically tomorrow, but... Everybody excited for Christmas in general or the holidays? Get some nice party going. Checking in here on SPY. Man, 686 might be coming up here in a minute. That's pretty crazy. All right. Gosh, I'm scared out here today. Man, the NVIDIA 184.70. What's up, Outlaw? It's the Santa gap fill, Coconut said. But Santa's not supposed to be here till tomorrow. I guess he came early this year. It's funny. Just now joining up, destroy that like button today. Market's coming back well, setting up for the Santa rally. Love it, Outlaw. It's Taco Tuesday, Outlaw. Sounds great here today. What's up, Alexander? Yeah, NVIDIA, there we go. 185 coming up. You guys loving that move there with NVIDIA so far today? Looking good. Let's go read that AMD news. Massive Alibaba AI chip order yesterday. Massive acquisition of AMD's latest hardware. MLEX, Alibaba's considering an order of 40,000 and 50,000 units of AMD's MI308 AI processors. Development serves as a potent counter-narrative to the bearish sentiment that plagued the stock the last week, specifically fears regarding China's burgeoning domestic semiconductor independence. Pretty good news for AMD, it sounds like, though. Chip stocks in general have been doing pretty good the past couple days. AMD had a good open today, but now is unfortunately pulled back a bit more than some of its peers have. Or some of their counterparts, I should say. NVO had some good news today with their drugs, or last night technically. Moving up here to 53, that was nice. Man, oh man. Getting some crazy price action today, though. You guys loving it? Or are you hating it? It's a tough call here this morning. Silver, 70 ounces. Keep the train going. Oh, 70 an ounce. I see. MU's killing you, Steve says. Platinum and Palladium's killing it. Platinum. I normally don't eye up Platinum. What is their ticker here? PL? Oh. Should have known. Platinum Futures. Wow. They really have been killing it too. No kidding. Damn. Silver and gold doing great again. Gosh, gold and silver. That is wild. Powell and PPLT. 202. There we go. When silver inevitably pulls back, it's going to be a scary one. Yeah, well, it's getting very, very high right now. SLV is. If we do see it inevitably pull back, it'll be pretty nasty. Now, with silver, you know, if you look at it, if it starts to pull back, I mean, how nasty was this drop, right? I mean, it wasn't too bad. It was just like a lot of consolidation mainly. But from the high to the low there, I mean, that was 40%. So, you know, just look at how much it's ran up now. Like, let's just say that, you know, we get like a little sharp decrease. I mean, 15% could probably happen pretty easily. Same with like 20%, just given, you know, volatility and the nature of volatility. Again, the more volatility you have up, the more you have down. Even that little short-term downtrend that it had back in the middle of October, silver fell like 15%. That was literally like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trading days. Could have even been faster than that, but it was an interesting pullback, right? Get you thinking that there could be significant moves. Do you think it's bad right now to go long on silver? Like a year, 6 months out? Man, Jason, it'd be hard for me to do it with how much silver's ran up. I don't think I could do it here. I would wait for a pullback like we got in October or something like that. It can definitely keep going, though. I'm not saying it can't, but I don't think it's really justified on the risk side. I think it would be more of a FOMO play here. I'd say about 15%. 15 to 20%. It's okay if you still hold some long-term positions and you've been holding that. I think that's fine. It's really hard for me to enter up here. You can always do shorter trades, but specifically for a year out, I think that's a bit risky here. Doesn't mean it can't keep going, but Elite likes BABA for a year out. BABA has been pulling back quite a bit, and the pullback is interesting. I like where it is for a possible better run up here. Starting to get towards 150. It seems like things with China are getting a little bit better in the short term. I guess we'll see whenever a lot of these tariffs start expiring here soon. It's funny. Yeah, NVO again. Just what an insane move there. One moment, guys. I'm going to throw up the Mag 7 really fast. Give me one moment here. Alrighty, thanks for the quick intermission. Never want to buy at the top or go long at least. Exactly. Exactly. At least for the long term. Now, you can always dollar cost average in, which some people do, which is smart. But whenever you're doing it on something like SLV, which is so high, I mean, you just have to give yourself a lot of wiggle room. Quite a bit. It's crazy to say how much it's going up, though. Reversal, quick put scalps. Whoa. SPY drop almost back to open. Let's go see SPY here. Big pullback, 686 right to the downside. That is a big pullback. Wow, 686 is a pretty good peak though. You know, we've been saying that that is one of the bigger resistances coming up on the SPY, and it really is. $686.30. There you go. SPY drop almost back to open. Man, that's a big move down there. 621.50. I like 620 on QQQ. Man, good resistances here. Gonna be hard to hold them. How is Tesla looking? TSLA pulling back. Pretty big, 485.50. Gap down potentially down to 483.25. That is a big gap to have on the chart. SPY dropping almost back to open. Wow, 686, 683.25. Bank of America pullback. There we go. JP Morgan. Dang, JP Morgan was on a pretty good run the past 3 trading days. If it could really get that high of day broken again here and go for a secondary move this afternoon, it would be pretty legendary for JP Morgan. It's definitely testing a big range of intraday support. There could be opportunities here. You know, obviously there's some opportunity in potentially going long if you had thought this way. Maybe you want to trade it towards the high of day, maybe for a break, get that risk reward ratio above 2. On the opposite side of things, you know, maybe you're more of a bear. Maybe you like trading things down. Maybe you just be patient. You wait for the breakdown. If it comes, you know, if it doesn't come, you don't trade it. But there you go. Pull back there. You woke up late, missed calls for SPY at open. Yeah, that was a good opening rip. Definite pullback, though, as that big 686 resistance started to come up. This is a big level at 686. I don't know why it's at 686.30. It got moved. Hang on. There we go. There we go. Now it's at 686 again. The reason why it's at 686 is from this peak back here. Back on November 11th and in the morning of November 12th. I think it was technically at market open, or sorry, pre-market open on November 12th. Right here where I'm pointing. That's where that 686 peak started to really come into play and get noticed in my mind. And then we can see here, SPY had a lot of reaction on it. Not perfectly, but a couple times it touched it and dropped off in pretty decent ways. There are times it will break through there, of course, which is inevitable at any level, but it, well, at least sometimes, right? Not that it's inevitable, but it happens, right? So watch 686. It's a big resistance. If the SPY can't break that today, we might be getting a bit of consolidation into tomorrow. You passed the Comp TIA Security Plus exam last Saturday. Let's go. That is awesome. I love to hear that, Outlaw. That's actually fantastic. Great job. I don't know how much effort it takes to pass those exams, but sounds like you're pretty proud of it. So, hey, congratulations, Outlaw. Glad to hear you passed. Sounds like a pretty crazy exam. Comp TIA Security Plus. That's quite long. If you were looking at SPY calls for the Santa rally, what call, strike, expiration, etc. would you do and why? Well, Ray, I mean, there's a lot that goes into that. I mean, I'm not going to just buy calls and hold them through the whole Santa rally, but, you know, if that was your strategy and you wanted to do that, I guess, you know, we can dive into that a little bit. I think it's better to maybe scalp throughout there, but yeah, either way. If we were going to set this up, so we're looking at this overhead range here. The all-time high on SPY is closer to 690. Right now, SPY is trading for 685. You know, to stick with safety, you're probably going to want to stick with calls that are around 685, because if you go with anything too high, like 690, 692, anything like that, we might actually end up running into a problem where if the Santa rally doesn't happen, you know, you'll just get destroyed because of time decay and being too far out of the money. But if you're looking to hold for that long, you know, you're gonna have to really be willing to hold through it all the way to January 5th, essentially, right? Let the Santa rally play out. So you need a fair amount of time. Like, you can't just get January 16th. I don't even know if I'd want to go February 20th. That would still be pretty risky. But at minimum, I would say for expiration, you should go February 20th to 2026. And again, I would keep it right around the money, like the 685 strike calls, maybe the 680 strike calls. You know, if you get to 690, I think it's getting a little bit risky. You could go for it there. I don't think it's terrible, but I don't think I'd go to 695 or 700 personally. I would not do that. All your cyber friends tell you how chilled their job is? Kind of confirmed what you were thinking. Nice, Ray. Yeah. It's going to be a tough one if the Santa rally turns over hard here. It's so volatile that I feel like you'd have to be willing to hold, even if it fell down to like 675. You know, you'd probably want to be willing to hold still. Good morning, J Bass. Oh, wow. Cybersecurity is the IT job to get into. Awesome, yeah. I see. So, you know, I always hear of that, like people getting into cybersecurity and stuff like that. Like, like, what does that truly entail? You know, like, I know like a lot of people look at stuff like, I don't know, securing like private networks, right? Is it like stuff like that? Is that like one of the biggest things there, or? CoreWeave, wow, down 5.6%. Pretty brutal. A bad drop off there today. It's a low-level certification, but 8 out of 10 people fail the exam. Oh, okay. Interesting. KO, how are you doing today? Not to open bad links. No. Ethical hacking. That's what I was wondering, Nicholas. I was kind of wondering if I'd hear anything about that or not. It's always an interesting topic, right? Thoughts on AIRE, Air. Never heard of this one. Oh, Airbus, AIRE. Re-Alpha Tech Corp. 49 cents. Wow. It hasn't had the worst price action ever, you know, to get these pumps going, but it generally dumps following the pumps. Seems like right now it might be trying to coil up for a better move, or better pump, so to say. IT field has many different areas and specializations. Almighty J, still can't believe PayPal was a 200 plus stock. Looks like a buy for the longest term. PayPal. You know, 4 people with CS degrees. Oh, wow. Crazy elite. Can always go down more. Oh, computer science. Ah, I see. I thought you were referencing cybersecurity. I see. I was like, All right, banks. Nice jump on Bank of America, 0.3%. Again, little consolidation. Go check in on JP Morgan. There we go, JP Morgan. Really good hold and turn up there after holding that support at 324.25. There we go, 325.40, 325.50 coming up. That's looking pretty fire right now. Looking good. Looking good, looking good. Outsourcing to India is still going on. Don't forget all the nonsense they might be leading into with the Bitcoin options expiration on the 26th. That could be a pretty big deal. I've seen some people starting to talk about that. It's starting to gain traction, so to say, in the trading world. Whoa, there you go, Jake. That's awesome. Wow, sounds like a long career, Jake. I like it. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it paid well. He owned 36 rentals, though. That sounds pretty good. Tesla moving up 498.50. Nice peak here. Past couple trading days. Gonna be eyeing up $500. It's been a little bit weak today. Very slow and choppy. Definitely not anything like Nvidia, so to say, which has continued the rip. Just broke through 185, actually. Whoa. It's a good breakout there, Nvidia. Trump wants to pay off U.S. national debt with Bitcoin. Is that possible? It could be in some ways. I'm not sure how they would pay it off or totally pay it off or whatever. I mean, I'm sure that he just means start paying it down or whatever. But I'm thinking like, let's just say the U.S. starts buying up Bitcoin, right? I cannot recall at this moment, you know, I'm live on the spot. Can't recall at this exact moment if that has happened or not yet, but there could definitely be something where they could end up profiting if Bitcoin does move, or somehow using Bitcoin. Again, I don't know exactly what that would entail, but you would think it'd be possible, at least to some degree. Yeah, he does say a lot of crap, Coconut. Coconut says Trump says lots of crap. Yeah. Yeah, he does say a lot. You know, I will say some of the stuff that he says. Oh, gosh. Sorry, guys. Hit me out of nowhere. But a lot of the stuff that he says actually isn't too... It actually ends up happening, right? A lot of the stuff that he says. Now, not everything, but a lot of it. Now, there are some pretty wild remarks and stuff that, you know, obviously it's not always going to happen. But one of the big things I'm wondering is, are we ever going to get those tariff checks, right? Tariff dividend checks, or whatever you want to call it. Tariff payment checks. You have a bridge to sell me. Won't that just cause more inflation, Steven said. Yes. Yes. That is a big deal, Steven. It definitely can. The check's already spent on Ukraine. I don't know about that, but get you thinking for sure. If JPM flipped their forever short on silver to a long position, how much you want to bet that U.S. Treasuries are eventually going to be silver-backed bonds again? I'm not sure there, BW. JP Morgan short silver? I don't know what the validity of that is. I'd have to see some good data. I have not looked into that or heard much about that, so I can't really comment on that in a strong way. No job security in the tech field, Nicholas says. Yeah, it is important for chips. Silver is very important. So is gold. People don't really realize that. All the banks are long silver now, and JP Morgan has the largest hoard of physical silver in the world. Hey. Said they're done for if they're shorting silver. I know, that makes no sense to me. I don't know, like, if anyone's ever... I don't know where he got that from, but... That's kind of what I was thinking, Isaac. It's probably a small position for them relative to their business, if it is, but... They're ready for any situation, Ramirez says. That's what I'd be thinking. I would think that they might start looking into a short, maybe. Or at least a strategy team would, or something. With some part. Man, QQQ, 0.01%. That's why you got into rentals. I see. It's always good to have that as a backup too, Jake. How big of a drop to the S&P if the ground strike in Venezuela? I'm not sure, good guy. You know, it would probably have a really big initial shock, but I think that after the initial shock, things might get a little bit better. That's tough to say. That's really tough to say. Good question, though. Appreciate the $10, good guy. I'm looking through here at some ground strike news. I don't think that a ground strike would be too crazy, but that's tough to say. I don't really want to see war or anything like that start, of course. I'm just looking through the news right here, and, you know, it seems like Trump is looking to get a bit active. I mean, you know, things are definitely picking up a bit. Again, there's going to be arguments on all sides, so I'm sure the comments are going to go nuts. Trump announced those new battleships being built. Yeah, the biggest ones ever, he said, I think. I don't know if they really will be, but I would assume. The Golden Fleet. What if they were, like, literally encased in gold? That would be pretty wild. You'd feel bad as an enemy to blow it up. You'd be like, oh, it's so pretty. That would actually be pretty insane to witness if we did see that one day, but obviously kidding, guys. Remember Golf Force 1? Nope. Man, Teslas are stuck here today. 48.60. Really consolidating, but I'm watching it because it's getting towards the end of this range, in my opinion. I feel like it's been coiling for a little bit of a bigger move here. I don't know, Steven. If we end up fighting Canada and Mexico and stuff, that would be pretty insane. I don't know about all that, but, you know, oil going long is not a bad idea. Longing oil could be pretty good here, especially as oil's been starting to bounce off of key support. Again, it's a big support as well, so things are lined up pretty well here. Well, the Chinese will let us into Venezuela if they get a bid in the end. Yeah, a lot of interesting thoughts, right? with the situation here. How about ZOM and Oxy? ZOM and Oxy starting to pop off pretty well. Man, Oxy. Back to Tesla. A lot of chop. Finally making money off after JP Morgan, after all the fees I was charged with as a kid. You remember JP Morgan? I remember, even though it was 20 years ago. Like JP Morgan stock, or like, what do you mean by that? Wow, it is ripping though. Starting to get up very well. Glad to hear you're in the money, at least now. Or making money. Was Washington Mutual before it wasn't? You know, like waiting for payday or whatever, like a day late, they charge you $30 to $35 each overdraft fee. Oh, like, so you were having overdraft fees. I get you. I get you. Yeah, some banks are worse than others with that. I don't know too much on that, but man, 685.50. There we go, Tessie. Big support. See if it falls through. Yeah. Yeah, no mercy there, I guess. That's tough. SPY pushing the high of the day here, getting up. There we go. 686.25. Go see Tesla here. 685 coming up. All right, NVIDIA, back to the fun chip stocks of the day. NVIDIA, 186 coming up here. That is an insane move by NVIDIA. I love to see it popping up like that. It's a really good move, 186. Bookmap for SPY and NVIDIA. I won't give you one for SPY because SPY does not matter on Bookmap, but here is NVIDIA. I'll show you it really quick. I normally don't show them on the lives because I don't know how much other people really care, but here you go. 190, sitting at 620. 620,000 shares at 190, I mean. 185 broke today, which was nice. There was like 1 million shares that hit on the volume as that broke. Damn. SPY's still going up, but the account's not that great. Man, NVIDIA looks so strong on the daily right now. I have really strong convictions with the way NVIDIA is starting to move in the shorter term. Love to see it breaking out of that short-term wedge. We really highlighted that last night. Let me get that back really quick. Let me see if this is the one. I believe it is. Here we go. Nice. NVIDIA wedge on the daily. See a nice support around 170 right now. It's getting towards the upper end of this lower zone, 180. But we're blasting through there today. All the way up to 185. That was a great break of 180 the past couple trading days to really show the strength to hold above there. One moment, guys. SPY's still going up, but the account is not that great. I'm glad to see the SPY moving up so well, though, 0.2%. Nvidia looks nuts on the 10-minute intraday. I know it does, right? It's starting to really put a lot of pressure on SPY, too. Helping SPY get up there. Oh, yeah. 10-minute makes it look pretty straight up, doesn't it? Not one red 10-minute candle. Very few even broke below the previous candle's low, which is pretty crazy. You're running up the candle snap rule. Luis says, oh, we care regarding the book map. For sure. I know some people really like it. If you're interested in Bookmap, though, their December deals are going to be ending very soon, guys. I'm assuming after the new year, these sales are going to be gone. So if you're looking for Bookmap, make sure you check out the link that I'm sending in the chat right now. Go get in. Some really good end-of-the-year deals here. Played that NVIDIA pop, was great. 1.6%. It's still going. Up through 186. That 185 breakout was awesome. Candle snap. I was taught dynamic frequency breakouts. Oh, it's a thing that we made, Blue-Eyed Wolf. Yeah, I don't know what you trade on or what your strategy is, but of course there's lots out there, right? In the trading floor, we have some good info on something we call the candle snap rule. It's essentially a strategy where whenever you enter into an uptrend, you can use it on multiple time frames, but the point is, like, let's just say that your entry was like right here, right? Somewhere in this range. What you're looking for is for the previous candle's low not to break. So there's a couple examples here. Like, technically, if you played the candle snap rule and you entered, like, let's just say right here, since you saw the break of this low right here, that means you would have cut here. Now, again, sometimes that can result in saving you. Sometimes it can result in maybe making you exit too early, right? There's multiple ways that can go. But essentially what it does is if you're in a good uptrend, it allows you to, like, hold. Like, let's say you entered here and you started holding. Like you're holding until one candle breaks below the previous. So, like, it's going to take this red candle and have to drop all the way down to here to actually cause you to exit. And what that does is it can let you really let runners ride. So you can, like, again, like, if this candle goes up and then the next one doesn't break that low and then that low, and then let's say one finally does that and then you start to break below, then yeah, you're breaking down. That's where you cut. So it's kind of how you'd use the candle snap rule. It's just a way to help you hold your trades longer, so to say. Of course, if you're seeing a lot of back and forth volatility and you're on like a 1 or a 5 minute chart, that will happen where the previous candle's low breaks pretty easy. You probably want to stick to like 5, 10, and really, I mean, even like 15-minute charts if you were feeling good about it. But I like 10. Look pretty solid. Oh, okay, it's the same thing. Gotcha. That makes sense. Let's go Oracle. Let's pump it. ORCL. ORCL. Let's see. All right, attempting to move. Bad sell-off, QBTS. Man, SPY, new high of the day achieved a few minutes ago. Let's see if 687 comes up. Why do I have this marked at 687? I gotta see. Doesn't make much sense to me. Yeah, it was a support back from the peak on October 29th, but it's slowed up a lot now. This overhead resistance range is huge. Small caps are rotating into large caps, it seems like. Oh, I love it, Isaac. It's my favorite question. That's my favorite question in the community. I try to explain it, but I don't think a lot of people understand. How's Kraft? I saw someone say it was trash. Oh yeah, it is. Wow, Kraft. If it doesn't hold this lower support zone, it's gonna get rough for Kraft Heinz out here. I mean, it already is rough for the big money trade, don't get me wrong. I know, Nicholas, right? Yeah, it's all right, Isaac. You know, some people just don't see the chat or something all the time. I get that. But I feel like sometimes people get mad at me when I say it, and then I'm like, well, I'm not trying to make you mad. I'm just saying that that's just the reality of the situation. 500 on Tesla. That is going to be a funny level here in the short term. Wow, let's see it. Go back to the SPY. Tesla's too boring today, too choppy, too slow. Sticking to the chip stocks now. Nvidia's still pumping, 187 coming up, really helping to fuel that SPY. Let's look at the Mag 7. Yeah, Nvidia the main driver here. Google's doing well too, 1.3%. Glad to see that one helping as well. Google's been a pretty big AI stock. Heard a lot about that lately. Have heard a lot. A lot of big news for them. Making deals, getting stuff done. Getting good gap ups every once in a while. Random gap ups, not even earnings gap ups, just nice gaps, good news. Google. Going to be a big driver probably of the Santa rally as well if this continues. Google will get a big jump from the SpaceX IPO. Why is that? Sounds interesting to me. Majority owner, they had to bail out Elon when he went broke. Oh. Brutality right there. GLD trying to recover back. SLV's almost back up. Always the Mag 7, Mag 8, and Mag 9. Can they let other things finally move more than a pennies a day? Hey, what about all the growth stocks? U is always fun. Starting to get some good action there today, actually. Not too bad. How about CCJ? Not a lot of stocks up on my watch list, actually. It's a bit strange. Like, all the growth stocks are down a lot today again. Let's just say Quantum, QBTS, pulling back, QUBT. Google's also supplying the military with AI, so good moves all around. I think I saw that SpaceX, or no, Grok. SpaceX or Grok or something just got implemented with the army or the military. Let me do a quick search on this. Yeah, the Pentagon is to add xAI's Grok to their AI service early next year. They tap Musk's AI to boost sensitive government workflows and support the military. Interesting. Gemini, which is Google. Gemini was actually named by Hegseth in his address announcing it. Oh, wow. I wonder... It's interesting. I guess they're using a lot of different AIs in the government now. But I definitely saw stuff with Grok as well. To ask Grok. I've had NVIDIA call added to my watch list this week. It's up almost 1,000%. Yeah, NVIDIA has been pumping. My gosh, today it's still going. 187.20. Every time I think it's so high that it's getting too overextended, it comes right back down. Right back. 10-minute Nvidia is still going, Blue Eyed says. Even the 1 minute, my gosh. I mean, very minimal pullbacks here. I think it's definitely getting to that point of the day, though, where it's getting a bit overextended, where we could see it slow up a bit. I'm not saying it's on super major resistance or anything. It's getting close, though. Large resistance around 188. How's 187? 187 just doesn't really line up well. Doesn't mean it won't fall from there, but it just doesn't line up great. I would really like 188, but... So yeah, recent peak. 187.50 has held up a bit in the past few trading days, though. Maybe we'll watch that area a bit closer. But 190 would be just beautiful. If we get through here and punch towards 190, it'd be awesome. Yeah, I know. There really are a lot, Coconut. I have a funny one called Black Box AI. I don't even know how I found this, but blackbox.ai. That's another one that I find interesting. I know, though. There's so many out there now. That is insane to see Nvidia touching now 187.50. Even after we just turned it back on within the past couple minutes, it comes all the way back. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and end the stream there. Man, Nvidia is on fire today. I love to see it. Seeing some really good price action coming up. I appreciate you guys for joining up today. As always, pretty busy today, but glad to still get some action in here. Nvidia popped up well. You know, we see SPY moved up very well too, 686.50. Man, this is looking great. Yeah, I hope to see you guys tonight on the video. If something happens, it wasn't my fault. Have a great one, guys. I hope to see you in the Discord. Hop in. Let's talk about some action coming up the next few days. I will be live tomorrow. The market's going to be closing early tomorrow, but I will be live. Tonight's nightly video is going to be a video that covers tomorrow, and it's going to cover Friday. But I will be live Friday as well. So, alrighty, guys. Let's have a great one. Talk to you later.